and good night to you all, depending on when you're watching the video. So you're welcome to this week's edition of the Drumsna Countdown to Christmas. So I'm delighted to be involved, and it's a really good idea. So well done to Drumsna for coming up with it. So we've had a couple of weeks now of different tunes and different tutors. So I'm going to be doing a tune this week called Mousey Kelly's. It's a jig that I wrote over the lockdown at one stage there for one of my friends' granddad's 90th birthdays. So this is it. I'm gonna, obviously I play the harp myself, so I'll probably be, when I'm talking through it, I might make it harp specific a small bit, just with fingers and stuff like that, but it's not at all a tune that can't be played on any other instrument. I've played it on the flute and whistle as well, and it works pretty well. So hopefully you enjoy it, and that's it. I'll give it a play through anyway first, and see, so you can be listening to this and see, just to get an idea for the melody of the tune, and we'll break it down then after a while. So Mousey Kelly's. That's the tune played twice through. You've probably noticed by now that the first part is minor and the second part is major. So the first part is in A minor, and then the second part then goes to D major. So it's relatively simple really. There's a lot of repetition in it, but there's a few little turns, I suppose, near the end of the phrase and things like that. So we'll go through it anyway and see how we get on. So starting off there at the first bar, we're just going E A A. And then, so on the harp I'd be going first finger to swap over on the two A's, 3 and 2, and then I'd be going 4 fingers up, then G, A, B, E, so that's the first 2 bars. So that G there is long, and usually a lot of the time I would cut it. So when I'm cutting, I'd be cutting off the A. So I play the G and then go A, G, F, cut. So it sounds like this. So hold the G and then cut it on the A, G, F. Kind of back again to E, A, A. This time you're going up, I'd be going 3 fingers up, B, D, G. There, E, D, E, E, D, E, A, G, F. But a lot of the time again I would cut there and I'd cut off the F, so I'd be going F, E, D. Okay, so we'll try that much from the start. So 1, 2. And there's nothing wrong with just doing the note notes, we'd say hold the G and then just go straight to the F. There's no need to do the cut if you don't want to. Or even just as a variation, you could do it one time one way and the other time around. Next time around, do it another way. Back to the start again, or kind of. So there's a change in it. So we try as far as there again. So kind of at the end of every part. So we'd say if you're going into the first part, there's a certain phrase, and then if you're going into the second part, there's a different phrase. Just to get the key change. So we'll go from the start again. So the first phrase is, or the first couple of bars, four bars are the same as we'd say the first line is the same as the third line. So 1, 2. So go as far as there, E, D, E, but I cut off the F. Then going into the first part again to the repeat, you go F, G, D. Okay, so it's, and then on to the E, A, A again. For harps, the cut there, 3 fingers, F, E, D. And then at that stage you can bring the thumb up for another 3, A, G, F. And then cross over the thumb on the way down there, A, G, F to E, back into A, E, A, A. F, E, D. F, G on 2 and 1. 2 again on D, and then 1 on E again. So the second, so repeat the first part, we'll play it all together after 2. So 1, 2. Where it changes now. Back into the, or sorry, going into the second part now, we're going to change the ending. So from the B, D, G, and then we're going F, G, D. So kind of like the other ending, but the F, G, D comes earlier than you expect. So F, G, D. And B, A, G, 3 fingers, and we're into the second part now in D, so 4 fingers on F, A, D, F, like an arpeggio, and an F roll on the top. Different instruments, I suppose, will do the rolls differently. On the harp it's just a repeated note. Flutes and whistles, it's the F roll which you're cutting on the top and the bottom. If you're not at the stage of rolls yet, 3 Fs is plenty, and that'll get you the same thing. Or 2 Fs even. Next phrase is G, B, D, G, so another arpeggio, and a roll at the top, on the high G, and then B, A, G, high B, A, G. So we're coming down there, B, A, G, F, E, D, and B, A, G, back to F, A, D, F. So we'll try that much from the start. 1, 2. And repeat then, it's the third line is the same as the first line. Small change there at the end, so we're going A roll, B, A, G, F, G, F, G, E, D, pause, or a little rest there, and then back to F, A, D, F. And there's our change now back into the first part. So when you come around there, same as normal, B, A, G, F, E, D, then you go F, G, D, and then back into E, A, A. So we'll go for the second part again, nice and handy. So 1, 2. First part. Second part. And to end the tune, just go to the F, G, E, D to finish. So I'm going to go through a few chords now for the harp players, and I suppose if there's any guitar players either that want to back along to the tune or whatever, you can use these chords. Possibly concertinas might be able to take notes out of this, or accordion basses, I don't know. So I'll give you just a handy version of a left hand, or the bass line that I use, and you can adopt it whatever way suits yourselves. So usually I start off with an octave A, and I go to an A ninth, which is just A and B together. And then to an A tenth, which would be A and C natural, because we're in the minor at the moment. So an E seventh, E, B, D. All the same same again. So we'll go from the start. 1, 2. And what you could also do there instead of the A9, sorry, is like a G, which would work as well. Or an E either. There, which is A, G, down into the D, so D 10th, D, F, G 10th, G, B, A octave, A7, A, G, D 10th, G 10th, A octave, A7th, G, A, A7, D, G, A, and back into the first part then, put on your E7, E, B, D, and back to A then. So we'll play over it a couple of times, and we might just gradually increase the speed a small bit. So. Sometimes for the harp players as well, in the second part, if you're able to, or whatever feel like it, you can put up the C sharp there and do a big A 10th, which really helps the mood of the tune. But anyway, that's it from me. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the series. And it was great to be involved in the Drumsna Kyoto's Countdown to Christmas. So I hope you have a nice Christmas and a happy New Year and all the rest of it, and stay safe. So hopefully we'll be able to have a few tunes before too long. I'm sure you all missed it anyway, I certainly did. So that's it, thanks very much.